Just another YouTube video, people. Good afternoon. Just another oil change on a Gsxr 750 2009. What a beautiful day it is. I just like to say this isn't a how-to, however you ladies and gentlemen do as you please. This is just a little hobby that I do on my day off. As we all know, there's a lot of amateurs on YouTube. So I'm Sean, by the way, and obviously I've got a full-time job, which I don't like. I'd like to have my own business. Obviously, the motorbike repairs, motorbike service. Obviously, having a unit to rent and all that kind of jazz is a bit of a struggle in life. So after the service on this bike, there's a little bit more work to be carried out. It's got a nasty crack in the swinging arm, which obviously needs to be replaced. So there'll be another video on that. Which obviously I'll show you the crack in a bit. It's about 8 inches on the other side. Oil filter's got grease on it already on the O-ring, so I need to put engine oil on it. Obviously just nip it up, nothing too tight. And just make sure a sealing on the bike's running. Might as well do the spark plugs while the oil's draining. And get you in there. I'll just put a little bit of rubber grease on them when they go back so they're not so tight. So I don't think this bike's been serviced in a while, so it's overdue. Don't know the history of the valves, haven't been asked to do that, so I'm not gonna, unless I'm asked. I've already stripped and cleaned the calipers. They're nice and clean. When I get this one out, I'm going to have to move my oil drainer because it's pissing on the floor. that's that out of the way. I don't know about you lot, but I'm ready for some nice weather to enjoy the motorbike. Not this one, that's not mine. Obviously I live in Norfolk, near Gsxr. So we've got the Grange tomorrow night, the smokehouse. Should be a good turnout. If the sun's out, obviously. Bit of a nasty wind yesterday, late evening. Wasn't very nice, but it wasn't raining. Yeah, as you can see, hasn't been serviced in a while. A nice carbon colour. Slight bit of rust on the tip there, but I'm guessing they're just old plugs. But overall, a nice colour. Obviously a spark plug tells you how your bike's running. But we all know that, don't we? And again, nice carbon colour. Very nice. And again, nice carbon colour. Slight rust on the tip there. Slight burnt, but overall still a good spark plug. Well, not a good spark plug because we're changing it. Just been in the bike for a while. So I wish I'd done this years ago, YouTube. Bit embarrassed on the way how I talk, but we've got to get over it. I'm nearly 40, so I'm seeing if I can grow on YouTube. And again, nice carbon colour, but we're replacing them. Same spark plug, Iridian. That's what it calls for, so that's what it'll get. So obviously your plugs come pre-gapped, but for the sake of 2 minutes, 2 seconds, you might as well check them yourself, make sure the gap's in tolerance. My wife is joining me in the garden, so I'm now going to ask her to look on Google what the gap is meant to be for a Gsxr 750 2009 spark plug. Give her a minute, she's engaged. Just don't talk much. I think she's out here just seeing what I'm up to, make sure I'm up to no good, probably. because I'm standing in oil. I'll tell you what's a good product. Got a pressure spray bottle off Amazon. I think it was £25, a worth one. So this one can take brake cleaner. Standard ones can't. They eat the seal within seconds. £25. I've had brake cleaner in it now for over a week. Still pumps up, still holds pressure. Really good bottle. Shame it's too expensive, but you pay for what you get. Right, where were we? Plug gap. So it's 0.028 to 0.031. So and I'll go for 0.028. All spot on. Like I say, they do come pre-gapped, but for the time it takes you to check them, just going to stick a bit of copper grease just on the threads. I'll just get a fresh pair of gloves. I won't. My hands are getting sweaty. Obviously on these you don't have to take the tank off, but the little stay bracket is missing, so I couldn't sit here and hold it all this time. obviously when you put your spark plugs down the hole, you don't want them crashing down, because then you could close your gap up on your spark plug. So I like to hold them with my finger close to the side wall and do it that way. If you're going to watch me, thank you very much, appreciate it. Like I say, just see if I start doing YouTube. Obviously bits on my motorbikes, I've got 3 motorbikes. Always seeming to do something on them, if that's you know, putting a little upgrades on them, or servicing them, or changing bits. I'll show you my GPZ in a minute. It's like kind of the love of my life. I want to sell it, but then I can't let it go. I've done a lot of work to it. I've converted it to 17-inch wheels. So I'm now running a 160 rear tyre, 17-inch diameter. Obviously I've got a Gsxr 600 swinging arm, obviously to allow the wheel to come over, because obviously got I'm running an offset chain, because the I think the standard wheel was 4.5 inch or 3.5 inch, so obviously I've gone for a 5 inch, and obviously before the chain was chafing on the tyre, which obviously I'll show you in a minute, you get the idea. I'm going to put a little bit of rubber grease on these coil packs. Won't go mental, just a little, just to help them slide in and slide out a little bit better, because they were rather tight. So obviously that's one. Like I say, this isn't a how-to. I'm just walking you through what I do. I could shut my mouth, but that'd be a bit of a boring video to watch, wouldn't it? So obviously they're going in a lot better now. Obviously make sure they're down. Which they are. Okay. And now it's time for the airbox. Obviously we have the air filter. Just put a tiny smear around here just to help yourself. Just get an Allen key for that. There we go. There we go. Obviously a Gsxr has little holes in the frame so you can do up the airbox clamps. I believe there should be bungs in them, but there isn't on this bike. When this bike come to me, it had a misfire below 4,000 revs. Obviously I've got to look into that. Hopefully it's just the spark plugs from where it's been stood for a year. Hopefully it's the spark plugs. It's had fresh fuel in it. The owner did that. But like I say, I'm not finished on this bike because of the swing and arm problem. So, which I'll show you in a second. As I keep saying, I'll do these up and I will show you. And then we'll get some oil in it. And then start it up. And that'll be part one. Right, so that's them done up. So we'll show you this crack in the swinging arm. You might not see it on camera. So right down there, yep, I can see it, yeah. So that's a crack in the weld. About 6 inches long. So yeah, customers aware, customers buying another swinging arm for it. I'll show you the GPZ now. And here it is. So I've done all the work to it, done all the work myself. bar powder coat the wheels. I've sprayed it all myself, which I was hoping to do a video on it, but I went shy. As you can see, it's 17-inch wheels. Forks are changed as well, and again 17. Just a standard unitrack. It's not the turbo model, unfortunately, but yes, that's one of them. Back to the Gsxr now. So what we're gonna do is we've done the airbox, we'll change the filter, and then we shall put some oil in it. So I'll just get a screwdriver. Obviously this bike has got its fairings set. I've just taken it off. Wasn't going to do a video, but if I keep up with that attitude, I'm never going to do one, so I might as well just get over myself. Stop crying like a big baby. It's not that much of a bad world out there. Day, people have got a right to say what they want to say and how they think. Be right if I could get it in the hole. Sorry, I have a funny sense of humour. I found the hole, I'm just not penetrating it. Might have to spit on it in a minute. There we go, we've got it. We've got it. Oh yeah, very dirty indeed. Glad we're changing that. Obviously look at the colour difference. But as you can see, it's just full of grime. What I'm going to do is just going to cover these Ventures up, and then I am going to just clean out the airbox a bit. Venturis, should I say velocity stacks. Well, 2.5. Now they're blocked, I'll quickly fire up the compressor and just get the dust out. Got to find a bolt for the top of the airbox. Stupid me, forgot the connector. Too much waffling, that's what it was. Too much waffling. Let's go put you here. I don't quite think I can get it, so I might have to. I've done it. That's not coming off. Just check that. So obviously you drain tube for your airbox, which is dry. Yeah, right, I think I'll call it done now. I'll put the oil in the next video, which I'll do now, but this one's getting a bit too long, so I'm waffling. Thank you people, take care, bye.